I just want to explain what you're about to watch. So in North Carolina, there's a school, UNC. It's pretty popular because of college basketball. And on the campus, there is a monument to Confederate soldiers that went to UNC during the Civil War who died. So these would have been like 19, 20-year-old soldiers. And there's a list of their names, and there's a statue there called Silent Sam. And a bunch of Antifa back in September decided it was a symbol of white supremacy, and they pulled it down. And so a bunch of them got arrested. And two of the main sort of agitators were this guy named Josh Mishaka. I don't know if I'm saying that name exactly right. And this girl named Maya Little. So Josh Mishaka is what this is about today. So what he was charged with was possession of a deadly weapon. This is in an uber liberal Orange County. This would have gone down different if they had done this anywhere outside of Orange County. But he was charged with possession of a deadly weapon, 3 counts of that. He was charged. He had 2 knives and a padlock tied to a handkerchief. He was charged with 2 counts of assaulting an officer, and he was charged with resisting arrest and failure to disperse. All of that got dropped except for the resisting arrest charge that he got convicted of, but the sentencing was postponed for a month for some unknown reason. And so he's not even sentenced yet. He's just been convicted. And so the trial date is what you're about to watch, and I went there, and a bunch of Antifa were there to have a little Antifa pep rally. They have this tactic where they send like one person over to me to talk to me, to try to get me in a political conversation, and then bump their chest into me if I start to move. So that's the first 10 minutes or so, and then the rest of it is just me running around going, wow! I got a sign that says White Lives Matter on one side, and it says it's okay to be white on the other side. So I had fun with that. Enjoy. It's cool. It's cool. Hair's coming in nice. First time we met, it was a lot shorter. Looks good. It's good. It's good. Yeah.
What's up with the sign today?
Well, I'm here to end racism.
Oh, against
all racism.
How come your sign just says it's okay to be white?
Because we all have to do our part. It also says White Lives Matter. So it's I'm here to support Black Lives Matter and anybody who wants to end racism.
But if you're here to support Black Lives Matter, why does your sign say White Lives Matter?
Because we all have to do our part to end racism. And so
Don't you think that that might not give the message that you're supporting Black Lives Matter?
Well, I'm supporting the spirit of Black Lives Matter.
With a White Lives Matter sign?
Exactly.
Seems a little bit.
Does Black Lives Matter, does that not mean we're here to support black people and encourage black people to, love everybody? Black Lives Matter. White Lives Matter. All lives matter. Is that not the spirit of Black Lives Matter?
I would say the spirit of Black Lives Matter is declaring that in a country where it's demonstrated that Black lives don't matter, that people stand up to say that they do. I mean, I don't know about you.
Why do they call their organization in a country where black lives don't matter? Blah, 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 blah. Why do they call it Black Lives Matter? It's pretty simple. Black Lives Matter. White Lives Matter. I mean, they're pretty simple statements.
How you doing? Good to see you. Are you doing?
It's okay to be white.
How long have you been out here?
Oh, I got here bright and early. There was still fog. It was cool. It was eerie when I first got here. It was like the sun was still coming up.
Right.
Yeah. I'm also here. I have a dual purpose. I'm here to end racism. White Lives Matter. It's okay to be white. But I'm also here because I support law and order, and I want to end racism peacefully and lawfully, and non-violent mobs going around committing acts of violence, destruction of public property, and intimidation of the general public.
Do you think the only way to end racism is through laws?
No. you guys have this idea that you have to break the law if the laws are unjust, and I agree with that. I agree with that. Sometimes that's true. Like, for example, George Washington, what he did was illegal. So I mean, but you should only break the law in when it's time to overthrow the government. If you're not going to overthrow the government, then you need to work with the government. It's either work with the government or overthrow the government. Otherwise, you're just a lawless gang accomplishing nothing. But you don't want to be that, right?
So what about when you talk about something like slavery? Was abolitionist movements that freed slaves and brought them to the North, were those violent mobs because of the fact that they were working against the government?
Well, again, you're talking about war. It was a civil war because of all of that.
What about abolition before the Civil War? So like in
which led to a war. Right, you're talking about something that led to a war that killed tens of thousands of people. Do you want tens of thousands of people to die in America today?
Well, when there's millions and millions of slaves that are being unjustly treated.
Well, there are no slaves in America today.
I mean, I think you can debate that.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can make the argument we're all slaves of corporate America. I definitely. Hi there. It's okay to be white.
I think you can even make the argument that, I mean, like the way we use our federal prisons right now.
All lives matter.
The way we use our federal prisons is slavery right now. We have people working.
Yeah, so Hillary Clinton and Dick Cheney can make a bunch of money off for-profit prisons. Oh yeah, you're preaching to the choir there, buddy. But I just don't agree with the idea that it's overthrow the government time. I think we should work with the government, and we should maintain law and order and not have a war that kills tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people. That's something that I don't think things are that bad.
Did tearing down a monument kill tens of thousands of people?
No, it was illegal. It was illegal.
I'm saying, did that kill tens of thousands of people?
No, but that's the kind of stuff that will lead to a war if y'all keep going because it's lawlessness.
So you think lawlessness inherently leads to war?
If it's justifiable lawlessness, yeah, because
so justifiable, justifiable.
Like what George Washington did. I would say, I mean, most people would say it was justifiable in the American Revolution.
Is it because it's justifiable that it leads to war? Like it rallies people up or something? Like what is the connection, I guess, between it being justifiable violence and it leading to war?
The government will eventually crack down on all the lawlessness. The government is not going to just allow a bunch of lawlessness.
Right.
So the government is either evil or not. And if the government's some evil thing, it's going to lead to a big giant war. But if the government's not an evil thing, it's just going to be the squashing of a violent gang that's being vicariously lived through by liberal judges who are giving slaps on wrists to criminals who should be getting much more serious sentences. It's okay to be white.
So you think that
It's okay to be white.
punishment, even in justifiable acts, needs to be swift and severe? Even if the act itself is justifiable, you think that somehow like the law and order is the more important part of the equation?
I'm saying it's just the way governments work. You break the law, the government's going to enforce the law.
True, and I mean, I'm not saying that governments won't do that, but if we're talking about the morality of the situation, wouldn't whether or not the act itself was justifiable weigh into whether or not...
When George Washington broke the law, and when Jefferson Davis broke the law, both of those men did so knowing that it was going to lead to the deaths of people. They did that knowing it was going to cause a war. And there may have been people before them who were just activists breaking the law in a more subtle way. But eventually it got to a big giant war, and the people who took control of those movements did so knowing it was going to get people killed. So they said to themselves, standing up to this government is worth the deaths of, it's worth overthrowing the government and killing tens of thousands of people, if not hundreds of thousands. So I don't think we're at that point, is what I'm saying. It's okay to be white.
In terms of whether or not we'll be at
It's okay to be white.
You would instigate us being at that point. What to you gets us to that?
Anything that is worse.
Like, what, I guess, like, what's like a specific example that you would say, okay, this is now worth getting there.
Morning. Morning. How are you today? It's okay to be white. And black. And next, yeah, it is actually. It's okay to be white. It's okay to be Oriental, Indian, Arab, Mexican, Latino. See how I said that? Latino.
How many countries is it okay to be from?
How many countries?
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to be from any country. I cannot name every single country. Can you?
No.
It's about 200. The UN recognizes 200. But you know what's crazy? Is that the UN recognizes the Vatican as a country. Do you agree with that? It's okay to be white, bro. It's okay to be black.
So you can't be whoever you gonna be.
White lives matter, man.
Everything matters.
All lives matter.
All lives
Hey,
matter.
you agree with him? He's over here debating me like I'm some kind of bad person. Do you
All
think he's a
lives
bad?
matter. It don't count matter what color you are. We all in the same country together, man. We all in
Indeed.
the same country together. We all gonna live.
So what was the? You said there was something that you.
You know,
what is a
debate
specific
him.
example?
This guy's got the
No,
same.
I was curious more about what you were saying. You had a specific example of what would make it bad enough that you think it's.
I didn't have a specific
Oh
example.
no. I'm saying like what would like it look like for you to think that it's bad enough to like actually say overthrow the government? What would need to happen for you to like I guess want that?
Look, I'm not George Washington. I'm not Abraham Lincoln. I'm not Jefferson Davis. That's a very difficult decision to make. That is a quite a burden to bear. To say to yourself,
But I mean, like, I'm not saying,
it's
I'm not saying
time
you
for
have
a
to
giant
do it.
war.
I'm
It's-
saying like what would be like I guess something that could happen that would make you interested enough to like support such.
Are you James Madison?
Am I James Madison? No, I'm Cody Gall.
Are
Who
you
are you?
Thomas Jefferson?
I'm. Do you realize what century you're in?
Are you
Why are you
John
asking me these
Quincy
questions?
Adams?
I got you. Oh, you're such
you
an
John
adorable
Adams?
young little thing, aren't you?
So when you said like, but like, what would make it so you would support someone actually going about, I guess, that kind of action?
I mean, just look at human history
Right.
and look at the times it's happened before in human history.
Like what?
It's happened all over the world.
When?
Like, I guess like what do you
where?
think of being as like,
The revolutions happen all over the
well,
world.
like which revolutions do you think of as being like, I guess, more justified than others? Like you, obviously you seem like the American Revolution you say is like a one that I'm assuming
Gotta be
because
white.
like because of we're in America, you're like at least somewhat supportive of the American Revolution. So like, what I guess what other revolutions would you say like the decision was the right one? Because obviously you said you're weighing lives either way.
I think that's a better question for you, my friend. I'm not the one that's talking about justifiable lawlessness. You are. So you tell me.
Well, I guess
I'm saying
but I'm
what
saying that, like, I
what
think that
we
this
are
is an
experiencing
example.
in America is not that. What you're saying, and I'm not pointing to any specific examples. You're the one trying to get me to do that.
Right.
I'm
So
not
you
going to do
don't
that.
believe in revolutionary action?
No, I do believe in revolutionary action, but
Okay.
like
Just
the
not
American
in
Revolution.
this case.
I just don't believe that the United States of America in 2018 is so bad that the American government needs to be overthrown in a big giant war, which is the only way it's going to happen. You're not going to do it. You're not going to normalize lawlessness. There's no way the cops are going to just go along with this forever.
Do you think that there's a
They're
any-
eventually, you Antifa guys are going to run out of liberal judges
do
to
you think there's
vicariously
any
live through you.
chance, though, just honest question. Do you think there's any chance that where you already are in society, like not you personally, but where one is, like where their standing in society is, might dictate how comfortable they are with relative, like revolutionary action? That,
Yeah,
like, if-
I can totally see that. I can see that. I can
So,
see that.
when
For
you-
example, if a person was living in a liberal city, oh boy, it's like Chicago or Los Angeles. That's got to be hell on earth, right? I mean, isn't that where all the horrible ghettos are, where all the black people are suffering miserably? Is that not? They're all in liberal cities, right? So when liberals take over, there's just like horrible nightmare everywhere.
What about something like Mississippi? Mississippi's had Republican government
Crime.
for pretty much 30 years.
Crime, because
But I'm-
lawlessness is normalized.
But
And
honestly,
then that's a slippery slope. After the political activism comes human trafficking, drug smuggling, gun running. And,
But just to-
So, what do you
and
think
then-
is
and-
your favorite piece of art that you can see right now?
that I can see right now in this moment?
See, there's like that little wreath thing,
I
and it
can't
looks
really
like
see what
Christmas
you're
all
talking about.
year.
Wait, there's
And
one?
there's this, yeah, see it? And then there's,
My favorite
then
piece of
there's,
art that I
like,
can see at this moment
this
is
can
you.
right behind you.
Young lady, you are my favorite piece of art I can see
Gee,
at
I'm
this moment.
flattered. I
glad you're
can't see
flattered.
me, so I would love to see another piece of art.
Well, let me
there's,
describe
like,
you.
this
You
moss.
are a vision of beauty. Your eyes are like
So
a gentle
like,
lake.
Are you gonna make a sonnet right now? I'm really,
I don't.
really.
What
I'm
is-
not
what is
that
the
creative
rules
to
of a
just
sonnet?
knock
Shall
one
I-
out of the park.
What's
So
the
get to be
it's
white.
like a certain number of syllables.
I'm not a
Shall I
douchebag, I'm a
compare
human
thee to
being.
summer's day?
That lady said I'm a douchebag because I'm
Thou
holding a
art
sign that says it's okay
far
to be
more
white.
Lovely,
I wonder what she would have thought about this side.
What's the difference?
Why
between
does it
a
matter?
sonnet? Well, I know haiku.
Well, do you know what the difference is between a sonnet and a palindrome?
I don't. What is the difference?
There's no joke here. I just don't know what a palindrome is.
Well,
I'm wondering if you know, because you can Google.
no, I'm actually recording.
Yeah, you can
Streaming.
Google while you record. Yep.
Like, you can do both.
Can you please tell me?
No, sorry.
Oh.
Sorry to crush your. It's okay to be white. It's okay to be white. It's okay to be white. Oh, look who's here. You guys are boring me. Sorry.
Let me get that side.
Yeah, man.
Other side, man.
Yes,
Did you
sir.
expect to get pictures taken when you came here?
Of course. Why else would I have a
Hey,
sign?
did
Guys,
you hear
look, you're not
Alex
gonna.
Jones
There's no
is
way.
really
There's no
just a
way. I'm gonna
fraud?
go along with this little game. Guys, there's police officers here. I mean, give me a break.
What?
It's okay to be white.
Hey, Cody.
You're gonna play this game
you
today,
doing?
little girl. Come on, give me a break. Up. Stop what? Stop. Oh, here we go. My main man, the star of the hour. It's okay to be white. So they're here to do the little thing here with the bumping into me like I'm some kind of Nazi or something.
What do you use to trim your beard?
I use a barber. Use a barber to trim my beard.
How often do you go?
Little girl,
How often
You're-
do you go to your barber?
you are so in over your head in this criminal gang that you're in right now. Were you the one that was chosen for this, or did you just decide on your own? Did you just recruit yourself for the little bump into Cody game? Girl, you are like absolutely adorable. Little voice.
Is that what you expect to do usually? You come and hit on people? You show a protest?
I hit on people. She's the one following me around, asking me little questions. You little boys, what? That's she's hitting on me.
When's your birthday?
My birthday? Not today. It's okay to be
Is it
white.
tomorrow?
It's okay to be white.
What star sign?
Is your birthday tomorrow?
Nope.
Is it the
Blah, blah,
day
blah, blah,
after?
blah. Woo! I should play football. See how I did that just now?
Have you ever played football?
Okay. Give me your name.
Hi, my name is Calvin Deutschfarm.
Okay, be white. Be white.
Okay. Give me your name.
My name is Calvin Deutschfarm.
Oh Lord. My sign's bigger than your phone. Woo. Just gonna take a break leaning against the tree, holding the sign up as best as I can, guys. I have no idea if it's in the show or not. Woo! Definitely don't want people to see a sign that says it's okay to be white. That's so racist. You guys are standing up for what's right in your little gang here. Show solidarity for violent criminals.
What's the game? I like playing
I've had
duck,
enough
duck,
of you.
goose.
You're annoying me now. It's okay to be white. It's okay to be white. Do you think it's okay to be white? You think it's okay to be white? You think it's okay to be white? I think she does. If she did it, she would say no. You think it's okay to be white?
Of the idea of
Woo.
destroying the Confederate monument home in Silence Dam.
I agree with him.
I
It
don't
should be done.
believe that it,
We should do it peacefully and lawfully, not in a violent gang. We should bring down Confederate monuments peacefully and lawfully,
And I don't believe it's on.
and not in a violent gang. Violent Bob, that's the problem, not the Confederacy.
Low quality monument. It doesn't represent anything other than hatred. And so
No, it's a monument to dead people. It's not a monument to hatred, but I agree it should come down peacefully and lawfully.
You know, I would have interviewed you, man, but you acting like
Oh, I'm so bad for doing the same thing that they do constantly.
I
Oh
would have
yeah.
interviewed you by yourself.
Well, okay.
We would love to have both sides, but not now.
Oh, well then don't. Can I interview you? Hey, where you're from Spectrum News? You're gonna not hear both sides of the story because of political activism, huh? Well, they're here because they're in a violent mob, and you're gonna give them the time of the day. But all I'm doing is walking around with a sign exercising free speech, and I'm some kind of bad guy. Spectrum News. It's okay to be white. It is. Oh, blah, 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 blah. It's okay to be white. It is okay. Everything's all right. White lives matter. It is okay to be white. My main man. White lives matter, bro.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Wonderful. It's okay to be white. Well, that was fun. You failed in your mission to stop me from crossing the street. We're gonna do it, guys. We're gonna end racism. We're gonna do it. Black lives matter. White lives matter. All lives matter. We're gonna do it, guys. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. What's up, Dixon? Mr. Dixon in the house. We're gonna do it, man. We're gonna do it. We're gonna end racism with the power of love. Because Black lives matter. White lives matter. All lives matter. Your life matters, my friend. It's a cool little patch you got there. John Brown Gun Club. Second Amendment advocate in the house. What about First Amendment? You advocate for the First Amendment? Whoop, my bad. Whoop. Oh, he faked me out. He's literally running from me at this point. I got faked out by the Dixon, whatever his name is, guy.
But you can actually stand in the back of the video. That's what I learned the last time I was here. Because
I was told that guy was like some tough guy. But he's literally running from me. I was told, watch out for him, because he sucker punches people. But obviously you're not doing it to me today, are you? Oh, Lord have mercy. Hey, what's up, man? It's okay to be white. You already are. Sorry, man. You gonna sue me? Nobody would have even looked at you unless you said something. You're just a guy in a car. I guess they're right. We should be crossing at the crosswalk. It's more in accordance with the law. You guys are. I respect your obeying of the law here. Crossing at the crosswalk. Unlike Josh Masagara, who is a violent thug, being vicariously lived through by liberal judges. But I think that gravy train is only gonna last but for so long. White lives matter, brah. What's up, brah?
Well, hey.
Oh, excuse me, sir.
Excuse me,
Oh, I'm sorry. See if you'll violate social norms and walk away from a casual conversation just happened with Mr. Socialist.
Seems like it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like people don't already know what you look like, man.
Get it over a cup of Joe. Or...
I made this morning.
Coffee talk.
What'd you brew?
I don't remember. The King's Roast for
Redneck something.
Wow, that's a decent coffee. I'm a fan of
$7.55.
like Costco's got Kenyan AA that's actually pretty good and not terribly expensive.
Good white.
You know,
Sandwiching
it's good
him.
coffee.
Good coffee.
So What are you drinking?
I was told, watch out for this guy. This guy is like a total punk. Why would I be watching out for him? What's your little glasses? Look at her glasses. She's like idolizing you, bro. Bet you could have groupies if you wanted. You probably do have groupies. It's okay to be white. Well, I think everybody that's going to go in has gone in.
No one says it.
I'm not sure if there's any point in continuing to film because they're just sitting there talking about coffee. And at this point, it's like, why bother? I had my fun. Everybody knows that indeed it is true that white lives matter. It's okay to be white.